city you burn, I'm gonna build one high.
The old order has collapsed, and war rages across the stars. The might of the empires was weakened by endless conflict, and destroyed when the factions of lawless space attacked under a single banner. The rules have been rewritten, and a new war begins. The battered Empire fleets have retreated to the edge of known space to rebuild. To win the coming conflict, they need a new breed of leader. The Chief Commander. The Empires have equipped them with their most powerful technologies. And with forbidden science, they have resurrected past heroes to serve on the battlefield. Each empire must conquer or be destroyed. But glory awaits those who can lead their forces to victory. Destroy your enemies. Find your allies. And rewrite your destiny.
Greetings, fellow Empyreans. I am Ashtarothi, the voice of New Eden, and this is my co-pilot, Zoria. And this is, Halloween! October 31st, YC126. That's why I'm in a costume, and this is the Eve Universe show! Oh gosh. Okay. I won't be so loud. I'm sorry. Bye, Zoria. Don't cause problems. Hi, guys! I should have gotten some coffee. Anyway, I am Ashtarothi. We are at checking out Eve Galaxy Conquest. Before we begin, before I even jump anywhere into this, I do want to say, just because of how common of an idea this is, I am in no way sponsored by this. I have received absolutely nothing from CCP that anyone else that has gone onto the Discord and just asked some questions would have gotten. Nobody's paying me to say this. And in spite of all of that, let me just tell you that Eve Galaxy Conquest has me addicted. And I understand. There's a lot of hate for it. There's a lot of angst about it. There's a lot of suspicion about it. There's a lot of people talking shit about it on the Reddits and whatnot. I hope that today, at the very least, we're going to use Eve Galaxy Conquest as a way of exploring some really interesting stuff when it comes to the lore and these characters and the cool stuff that we can get out of it. But hopefully by the end of it, I might be able to show you guys that this is actually kind of a game that's worth checking out. Now, it's not EVE Online, and that's actually one of the reasons that, first and foremost, this is actually one of the reasons why I think that Eve Galaxy... Hold on, it's really warm. Eve Galaxy Conquest is not EVE Online. And I honestly think that that's kind of a good thing. One of the problems with Eve Echoes is that Eve Echoes is just EVE Online Lite, right? So if you like EVE Online, why would you need to play Eve Echoes? That's my theory, right? And it's why, like, even though I kind of enjoyed Eve Echoes, I got out of it after a while. And, whatever. Oops, sorry. But Eve Galaxy Conquest is a totally different kind of game, and it has been a really great rallying point for a lot of the people on our Discord and our friend group. We've basically abandoned almost all of our other games besides EVE Online and Eve Galaxy Conquest in the last couple of days to play this, which is pretty incredible. So yeah, I mean, like, I unironically really like this game. I'm just putting that out there in the front, okay? Now, admittedly, as I made a video a little while ago, I was also a really big fan of Raid Shadow Legends. I like I don't mind the idea of like the gotcha game. Oh yeah, that's right. We've been playing Phasmo too. That's true. That's true. The Phasmo event is really important. But like it's funny how fast our little circle of friends have abandoned literally thousands of dollars in Raid Shadow Legends to come over to this game. But we're going to check it out. I'm going to show you a little bit of the gameplay and also give you some of the tips that we have learned. Our group is currently the #2 corporation for the Galente on our server, and we are, of course, recruiting. So if you're interested in coming and joining us, you can come check us out on the Discord. I will post it. I'd be more positive about it if it interacted with the EVE Online universe. In a canon way, kind of takes me out of it. Okay, so first and foremost, like let's get the elephant out of the room. And I don't want to. The arguments I'm about to put forth does not undermine other people's arguments per se, right? If you agree with Jeff, I'm not saying that you're wrong for feeling that way. However, I have always felt a little bit different when it comes to EVE Online and its like secondary products, which is that ever since Dust 514, there's this strong impulse of like, well, how does this connect to EVE? If it doesn't connect to EVE, then it isn't worth it. And I just feel like that is such a limited way of looking at things, because the live active server in which we interact with it as capsuleers is such a thin or like a narrow slice of understanding of the universe. I really want, I've always said, like, I want what is it? The noir, like the detective games. You know, I want a detective game that's set in Arcurio. You know, I want an RPG that where you can play characters and learn stories and stuff, where we are not just the immortal space gods that have such a high view of things that we're basically alienated from the actual universe around us. CCP has developed this incredibly rich and interesting universe and IP, and I think it deserves more angles of looking at it. And I think that this ends up being a pretty decent one. Can I play this on the PC? So I am currently playing this on BlueStacks, which is a PC emulator for Android. Now, this is not officially supported, so people that are using BlueStacks, like, there are people that have run into some problems with authentication and blah, blah, blah. We have some people on our Discord that have been helping people out with it. And BlueStacks has a tendency to crash every once in a while. That's a BlueStacks problem, not a Galaxy Conquest problem, because when I play it on my phone, it's fine. But just in case, it probably will crash out a few times while we're here. The other thing is that, like, I think, honestly, having played it for a little bit, there's a very good, decent chance that this is going to be a very popular game and make them a lot of money. So we'll see about that. Oh, since they've been doing it with every other IP out there, what would you say about an EVE Magic the Gathering crossover set? I mean, it could be interesting. That's the thing, is that there's been fan-made EVE Online crossover sets forever. So, I mean, like, could you do it? Maybe. I think that part of the problem is that Wizard of the Coast owns Magic the Gathering and D&D and these other products through Hasbro, so that's probably where a lot of those crossovers go. In general, I'm a bit cynical when it comes, or I feel like most crossover promotions are kind of cynical in nature, even like, say, the Doctor Who event. But either way, let's go ahead. I'm going to jump into this real quick. I do have my own character that's built up, but I wanted to show people at the very beginning, so that way we can be doing stuff, because I'm kind of, as you go forward, things do tend to slow down a little bit. And so, you know, rather than just be like, and now you can watch me wait on timers, we'll do the live thing. So when you join, you have to join one of the 4 empires. Let's talk about what's going on in this game first and foremost. This game is non-canonical with EVE Online. And in fact, unlike EVE Echoes, there is no... Yeah, there is actually a tabletop RPG, or there is a tabletop board game for EVE Online. But unlike EVE Echoes has like a specific point in time. The idea is that during when Caroline Star happened, a fragmentary universe was created, and that's the EVE Echoes universe. That is not the case in Eve. Hold on. Let's get some music going. That's not the case with Eve Galaxy Conquest. There is no like set time period in which this is taking place. The idea is that in some fictionalized version of reality, the pirates have banded together and attacked the central systems, kicking out all of the empires and pushing them into low security space. And now the empires have kind of built back up, and you and your buddies as commanders will spearhead the effort to take back Hisek and ultimately Jita for your empire. So you do have to choose which one of the 4 empires you represent at first. That decides where you start out and also decides who can join your corporation. So, for example, we're on server 20. I can't remember its name right now, and we're Galente, if you're interested in joining. But the thing is that, like, this exists. It's almost like Heroes of the Storm, where, like, they took in a bunch of WoW characters or they took a whole bunch of Blizzard characters from different games, and it's like, oh, and now suddenly they're here doing this now. That's kind of what this is all about. The heroes themselves, there's the only real consistency is that they are lore characters from previous stories, specifically mostly Templar 1, Empyrean Age, the Odyssey. There's some pirate like officers from in-game and a couple other characters like that. Minor characters, major characters. Some of them are dead, some of them are not dead. Some of the stories talk to you about how they're dead, and at least 2 of the commanders are honestly terrible people, and I would like to see them removed from the game completely. But we'll get there when we get there. I love it because of how much of an opportunity this is to explore the Eve universe with all of the different characters and all the different ships. We're just going to jump into it. Was forced to pick one faction on a more established server. Yeah, so they do rotate. Like, even as we've been waiting here, this bonus has gone from Amar to Galente to Caldari, I think, and then back to Amar. And which ones are locked out changes too. So you might just have to wait for your opportunity to jump in. But yes, the more full the server, the more difficult it is to make a new character. There is actually a bunch of servers. See, we've got all these different servers now. Now, anything below level 20. So all of these are servers from before the official release of the game. So only 20, 21, 22, and 23 are new. They will continue to create new servers. And then as these things, so like basically a scenario lasts about a month and a half or so. And then in theory that it resets. And as time goes on, the various servers merge with each other if there's not enough population. But the idea is that new servers will continually come out, and those represent kind of new frontiers for conquering, which is actually kind of interesting because buying stuff, whaling out on one server doesn't actually get you anything on another server. So each server that unlocks is its own like world. So if they create a new, if you're behind the times, instead of catching up, you can just get onto the newest server, and then you're fighting only people that have stuff from that newest server. You can't transfer your character from one server to another outside of a merge. So I do have quite a bit of stuff on Adderkin, but I've got nothing in Edgerland. So we're going to head on to there. And we'll just choose Caldari because that's the one with the enlistment reward. We're going to show off the beginning of the game, and then at some point we'll probably jump over to my main character to show you guys what it looks like a little bit further. There is an established corporation on our server for the Galente.
Commander,
Oh.
we have arrived at the Imperial Fallen Region.
See, they call it the Imperial Fallen Region, regardless of which faction you join. How long can players keep one server alive? I will tell. Yeah, that's the interesting thing. Well, like, it'll keep recycling, and if the population dwindles, then they merge multiple servers together, and then that's when you bring all your stuff over. So if you buy your stuff, there will be you will always have that stuff, right? The things you unlock will remain unlocked in that path. If you start on a different server, with a new character, you'll have to unlock things all over again.
Our goal is to liberate as many regions from the pirates as possible, with the ultimate goal of liberating Jita, the commercial nexus of New Eden.
I do want to talk about the artwork too, for sure. If nobody captures Jita, does it end? That's the question. I don't think that that's even a possibility. Like, the idea that no one would capture Jita in the time allotted is very alien to the way that the game is structured. It's closer to, like, people would capture Jita as soon as it's available, almost. Like, as we've gone so far, maybe it's just because the game is more popular than they expected, but literally, like, as soon as a milestone unlocks, boom, people are like, within 2 hours of our ability to unlock or to capture tier 4 stations, every tier 4 station was captured. By the time, like, each task that comes out every day, we've already finished the task by the time the task comes out. So the idea that, like, oh, it'd be so dead that nobody captures Jita, I don't know if that's a thing. I think we just wait until somebody captures Jita.
Meanwhile, we must protect ourselves from potential attacks. I will help you with upgrading our home base.
So you've got your home base, which is like where all your permanent upgrades are and where you build your fleets and resupply your fleets and all that stuff. And then you've got ships and you've got commanders. And ships plus commander equal plus squads equal fleet. So you've got multiple fleets, up to 5. Each fleet can have up to 2 commanders and a whole bunch of other people. First siege at 5 a.m. was rough. Well, the nice thing is that you can just send your people out, and then the fleet, the command, only one person has to be awake for the actual siege itself. All right, so tap on your home base. Here's my home base. This is just the tutorial. I have to do this.
Later, you can upgrade other ones that you like.
The hangar allows you to have multiple
Resources
fleets.
on constructing and upgrading structures. Fortunately, you have enough resources right now.
There are 4 total resources: ice, ore, alloy, and gas. Those are the 4 primary resources that you'll be extracting. You'll need ice and ore for almost everything in slightly lesser thing. I only went with Caldari because that was the recruitment bonus right now, and it doesn't. This character won't matter probably in the end. Anyway, ice and ore is required usually in smaller quantities for almost everything. Alloy is required in larger quantities for construction, and gas is required in larger quantities for fleet, what's called components, which is what's used to build back up your fleets after they've been damaged. So alloy is only for construction, gas is only for components, and ice and ore is for both, more or less.
Now let's create a fleet. To do that, you'll need to acquire ship blueprints and commanders. Please follow my instructions.
Okay. So we go to recruitment. This is where the gacha game comes in, okay? So these things are the gacha game. You can open up these tickets, and that gives you both ships and captains. The first time you get one, it unlocks that thing, either the ship or the captain. And subsequent ones that you get gives you tokens that are used to upgrade those things. Okay, so we'll look at those. The first 2 that you get are always the exact same. In fact, the first, I think, 4 that you get are always the exact same. You get the Condor and a Paladin Crusader.
Paladin Crusader reporting for duty. Let's create a new fleet.
And then we have to make a fleet
This
for
is
them.
where you configure.
Oh, hey, welcome back, Soria. You done? Yes, I'm done shouting. I'm done shouting. You can come back on my lap. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, years.
Chief
So I
Commander,
assign
you
the
can now
Condor to
assign
the
a
fleet.
commander to the fleet. Why don't you start with me? Once your ship and commanders are selected, you need to replenish the fleet.
So this is how. So basically, this ship brings a certain amount of power. This captain brings a certain amount of capacity for squads, right? The squads are like a multiplier for the power of the ship, right? So I'm going to hit max. So now I have 100 squads.
Chief Commander, your first fleet is formed and ready for battle. We await your command. The mission list can be found on the left side of your screen. Complete the missions on the list to rapidly increase your strength.
Missions are really the bread and butter of this game. So it wants me to capture a site. Now, obviously, sites with stuff in it is better, but, you know, just for the tutorial, they want me to attack something easy, so let's go after this blank spot. Then my basic dude, they go out. Pew pew, pew pew. Now,
let's return to the home base for repairs.
I can send him home, and I completed the capture a 0 or higher grid. Oh, never mind. I have to keep doing the tutorial. Never mind. I'll finish the tutorial, then we'll talk. Okay, so now we get to recruit 5 more people. You want to see that light up gold, by the way, but this is also predetermined. So you will always get this Bellicose and this Hayden. This Hayden guy is awesome. He's really good as far as things go. Like, there are other champions, or, you know, pilots, commanders. I'm probably going to call them champions a lot, that are, you know, obviously better. There's legendary ones and whatnot. But for what he is, Hayden will likely be your bread and butter dude. He's got some pretty good combat abilities and some pretty good healing abilities. We'll look at that in a little bit. In the meantime, we're going to recruit 1 more for free. Oh, never mind. I'm not. I'm going to follow the tutorial.
It is time to form a new fleet. Pirates may arrive at any time.
I do want to address the fact that, like, a lot of this is... there's been a lot of accusations of... Yeah, and there's a lot of free copies of Hayden through progression, which is incredibly important. We'll talk about that later when we talk about progression, but, like, it's the reason why Hayden ends up being so good for newer players. So learn to like Hayden.
Now let's build a fleet with a more powerful ship.
So there is a lot of, there have been a lot of complaints about the audio or the voice lines and the art, even accusing it of being AI. Now, well, I believe probably the voice lines are 100% synthesized. I don't know if necessarily calling it all AI art or whatever is even fair, because I'll give you a hint. Mobile games have looked like this long before the rise of AI art. Arguably, mobile games are what the look of AI art really kind of vibed off of a lot, right? Like, I would argue that this doesn't look like AI art as much as it looks like mobile game art. Which, if you think about it, so, like, here's the thing. You either get to complain that this game is a waste of CCP's resources, or you can complain that their art was outsourced, right? Because I will say that it seems very, very, very likely that, while I don't know whether or not it was AI or not, but it looks like the art was outsourced, both by, like, the fact that you can tell that somebody, like, was given a prompt, whether AI or a person, in order to build these guys with some of it. But there are definitely some details that are very specific. But more importantly, I just feel like if you're making a mobile game, this is what we do. Like, do you know how this game requires so much art? If you have a high barrier, if every single art has to be handmade by, like, the 3 people who are authorized to make a description of what a EVE character looks like, there's a reason why we don't have very much art from EVE Online in the first place, besides a bunch of spaceships. There are characters that we have no idea what they look like outside of a description from a book. So, I don't know. I fall under the category of I'd much rather have this than not this. You know, that's how I like to look at it. Is Jamil supposed to be a blonde? Absolutely, probably not. But is it still cool that I can collect Jamil as a character? I think so. Yeah, I think this is going to make... Having played this for a bit, I think this is going to make him a lot of fucking money, guys. Like, I'm not going to lie. I think this is going to make him a lot of money.
Now you are prepared to begin your journey and write your legend. I recommend that you follow the missions and strengthen your capabilities.
Yeah, it had over 100,000 downloads in 2 days, which makes it so, like, by contrast, the Stellaris mobile game still only has 500,000 downloads. So they're cooking. They're doing okay. And if the overpopulation I've run into everywhere is a hint, yeah. So as I complete these, I get a bunch of stuff. This is very typical for a free-to-play game. Now, it is worth suggesting that, like, storing up resources for later is valuable. I'm going to burn through stuff. I'm really bad about this. But then again, like, I'm also willing to buy a little bit if I need to restock, at least with my main game. So, but being conservative with your resources is a very important thing in most mobile games, especially if you want to be free to play. So don't waste resources. Don't waste people. The vault. So, okay, all of these different upgrades do different things for your characters. So as you level up your headquarters, you unlock different buildings that do different stuff. Like the refineries increase how much you make by working tiles, for example. The command post allows you to have 2 commanders per fleet. The embassies allow you to do, like, synergy by having a bunch of the same dude in, like, if you have the ship and the 2 pilots are all from the same faction, this gives them a bonus. The control tower allows you to increase your fleet size by a lot. But for right now, I only have a level 1 headquarters, and so I'm level 1 stuff. And the vault allows you to... It basically, that's the maximum number of resources you're allowed to have. So I'm going to upgrade my vault. If you have less than 5 minutes, then you can upgrade things automatically. Otherwise, you're going to need to use a speed-up tool. Build vault. Done with chapter 1. The season's restarting and it being essentially a race at the start of the event server will give this some longevity and mitigate common gacha problems like power creep. Yeah, well,
Chief
there.
Commander,
So
the headquarters is the core building of the home base. Upgrading the headquarters level can unlock more functional buildings.
we'll talk a little bit about
Improving the level of the
seasons
base
after later.
and enhancing overall strength is an essential step in liberating Jita. Let's continue following the task instructions, and first elevate the headquarters to level 2.
Yeah, upgrading your headquarters is by far, like, the hardest part, and also kind of the most important part to your progression. So this has 20 minutes to do it, right? Oh no, it's 20 seconds. Never mind. I'm just going to upgrade it to 3. So now I've got all of the different refineries. Upgrading these refineries early seems to be very, very important. The guy, Timerian, upgraded these really early, and he actually caught up and has now overtaken all of us just because of the fact of how much, well, amongst other things, how much resources he has at his disposal. Obviously, we're out of the tutorial now. I can do whatever I want. Okay, so this is the first deal. It's $1. It gives you the Dragoon, which, by the way, the Dragoon is very good, and 400 Plex, which is okay. I will say that, like, if you are interested in playing the game, this is probably the best dollar spent in the entire game.
Occupying the grid is the main way to enhance resource output and influence. At the same time, before occupying the grid, there will be a battle with the grid garrison, and the commander will also gain experience and upgrade from the battle. Please prioritize occupying the level 1 grid. If it has already been occupied, please continue to complete the subsequent tasks.
Okay, so we're capturing a level 1 grid. So again, we want ice, we want ore, we want alloy, and we want gas. Now, if we scroll out, which is pinch zooming on the device, we get up to, when you get out to this level, so when you're close, this is a magnifying glass, which allows you to find pirates. And if you scroll out, it changes to this, which is like a filter. So from here, I can actually uncheck all of these, be like, okay, I want only the level 1 sites. So now I can see where all the level 1 sites are. I can see that there's level 1 gas, level 1 alloy, level 1 ice, and level 1 ore. So we're going to start going after those, because I need those. Now, in the long run, level 1s are pretty much useless. You need level 3s or above, but for now, obviously, I'm just starting out, so let's go. So I select it, and I check. It says it's an easy battle. I can look closer. Here, I can see that the force here is 902 power, and my guy has 1,196, so should make it good. But just to make sure, I'm actually going to check. Here's the secret to making fights well done. You can recon the site, and then check, and I can see, okay, well, this is a encirclement strategy. So I need an assault strategy. He uses encirclement as well. So if I had other people, which I don't, obviously, but if I if I switched back to this condor and then switched over to, nope, they're both encirclement. So I can't actually create an assault fleet yet, so it doesn't really matter. Let's just get this. Stop talking, just fight it. Meanwhile, I can look here. If I join a corp, I gain 500 Nova credits. So I'm just going to join any old corp.
Here you can apply for joining corporations. You will enjoy.
Oh no, there's no... I can't... Okay, well, fair enough. In the meantime, I beat this fight, and they're capturing the site. Once you've beaten the defenders, you can capture the site. If you go down to the lower left-hand corner, you can see all your previous fights. So I can see how this fight played out. I took 1 loss. They took all of their stuff. I can look at the data. Oh, no, I didn't take any losses. Hey, I got a level 1 grid capture. That gives me some extra influence, some resources, and my mining yield goes up because it's a mining site. You can see here that the Imperator did 13 damage. We can also watch the video. Nope, I can crash my blue stacks. That's what I can do. That's our first crash. As I said before, that's going to happen quite a bit. That's a BlueStacks problem, not a Eve Galaxy Conquest problem. When I'm playing on the phone, it does not happen. And BlueStacks is definitely not, or is not currently supported by the devs, but they have said that they are coming out with a PC version client for this, like an official PC client. Capture one, complete one survey. Complete the survey. Whoa, I haven't seen this before. Have you ever played EVE Online or EVE Echoes? I've played EVE Online or EVE Echoes for over 5 years, and I'm still playing it. Got it. I do remember that, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, now I'm on to Chapter 3.
Chief Commander, components are required to manufacture ships. Replenishing your fleets with components is critical to maintain combat effectiveness. The home base provided by the Empire is equipped with component manufacturing lines.
Yeah.
Once the quantity is confirmed, the component manufacturing line will work tirelessly until all components are manufactured.
So I'll tell you this right now. Components are one of the largest bottlenecks in this whole game. Like, if you're active at all, you will constantly be bumping up against a need for more components.
With logistics support, my fleet will be invincible against those pesky pirates.
Your fleet is gone. You got replaced, my friend. All right, so to manufacture components, you go in here to your structure, and then this assembly array. This is where you can build components, right? And as I said, it takes gas, ice, and ore. So if you notice, there's no alloy that's required, but it does take ice and ore. Just like all of the construction requires ice and ore and alloy, no gas. If we look here, like the assembly array, ice or alloy, or like ice or alloy. Speaking of which, and if we go into speed up, okay, so we have these speed up devices. They give you a ton of these construction speed ups. And then, of course, when it's in the last 5 minutes, you can just finish it off for free. I have a market now with loyalty points, but I don't have any loyalty points because I don't have a corp. I can create a new fleet, but I don't really have anybody to put in. So let's go ahead and open some people, right? How many things do we have? I have 10 tickets, so I get 2 pulls. 2 pulls of 10. Oh, wait, I get my pull of 1? Nope. Oh, and you get 1 pull for half off every day. So we'll do that one too. Boo! Okay, let's do our 5 pull. Ready? I want to see it turn gold. Yes! That means I have at least 1 legendary in the box. Yeah! Serb! Serb's good. So, controls the self-destruction drone to explode, dealing massive damage to a single enemy wing. It enters cooldown for 1 turn. He does a big boom to get things started. And 1 more pack. Boo! No yellow. Amelie! Amelie's my favorite. Okay. Let's start geeking out a little bit, okay? Let's start geeking out a little. Oh, shit. Hold on. Congratulations on recruiting a new commander. Now you can swap the level of a high-level commander with that of a new commander, allowing the new commander to quickly join the battle. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at these. Serb. Yes. Oh. Yeah, so one of the things that you can do is you can actually take the experience from somebody else. So, like, I can take, I guess, the XP that I've given to the Paladin Crusader and hand it over to Serb instead. And now Serb is level 4. So if you level up a different person, it's not a waste. But Amelie, man. Okay, so each character has a bio. Amelie's one of my favorite characters. This is Men's Repola, okay? Men's Repola is the CEO of Ishikone. He actually is... So, the former CEO of Ishikone... Hold on. This is Otro Goriushi. Otro Goriushi was he was a Garistas pilot or pirate, but then he eventually became wait, is what new? So Ochro Gariushi became a Guristas pilot, or was a Guristas pilot, but then he eventually becomes Ishikone CEO. And he is the Ishikone CEO up through the Empyrean Age, where the broker was putting pressure on Ochro because Ishikone was working on the Inserum serum, which was to help the Mimitar free themselves from... Sorry. Yes, Vitok. There's a drug called Vitok that the Amar used to control the Mimitar. And there was an effort to create a thing called Inserum, which is the antidote to Vitok. And Ishikone was a critical group, entity working to perfect Inserum. So the broker, on behalf of the Amar, attempted to convince Ochro to give up the secret to Inserum, so that way they could make Vitok immune to it. But Ochro refused, which is when the broker kills Alexander Noir, takes his place, and flies the Nyx supercarrier into the Mechalin station, killing Ochro Gariushi. When Ochro Gariushi is killed, that means that where'd he go? Boo, he's not part of this pool. Hold on. Oh yeah, never mind. So then Mens Repula takes over. Right? Mens Repula takes over, and he's the head of Ishikone. And he's the head of Ishikone, well, like, as... Remember, like, during this whole time, Tybus Heth is taking power within the Kaldari, right? So, really, Tybus Heth taking power, and Ochro Gariushi being murdered by the broker effectively happened within a day of each other, I think it was. Like, it's literally like all of the Empyrean Age events happened at basically the same time. So Mens Repula takes over, and he is against Tybus Heth. Here, we can read. Mens Repula once served as the chief of security for Ishikone, maintaining a close relationship with the former CEO, Ochro Gariushi's siblings. After the untimely death of Ochro, he took over as CEO, striving to maintain the normal operations of Ishikone and resist the state leader's Tybus Heth's enticements. During the Heth counterattack on Myokalar, Men's wife Laurelin was tragically perished, while their daughter Amelie was critically injured. Fueled by rage, Mens dispatched Ishikone fleet to the core furry colonies of Amake's system, hoping to acquire the cutting-edge clone technology from Amar and apply it to its own forces, seeking to incite revenge against Tybus Heth. So, Mens starts this whole campaign against Tybus Heth, and he does so with the assistance of... Is she here? I don't think she's here yet, guys. Yeah, she's not available yet. Hold on. But you can find her if you go here, scroll up. No! Why can't I click on these? I thought you could click on these. Dang it. This girl right here at the top, on the left side of the top ones, this is Harakani. She is the CEO of Kalakiota, and she also resisted Heth, but ended up basically having to cloister herself inside of her own fortress and tending the gardens, and didn't really want to deal with it too much in the end. So Mens is far more active with it, and at the very end of Templar 1, Mens Repula is escaping with his daughter, Amelie, and they together go off, and like he sends her off, and then he goes off in his own direction, and that's kind of the way that Templar 1 ends. And that's one of the reasons why I really like this idea, is because, like, I like the Mens Repula's character within the thing, and I really like Amelie, and it's always bothered me that they were kind of left on the hook. Like, we do know now that Mens Repula is still the CEO of Ishikone, last I checked, based on recent lore events, but Amelie has basically disappeared from the universe at the moment. So just being able to put Amelie and Ochro, or Mens, in a fleet together now, I don't know, it just warms my heart a little bit. Yeah. I was looking at that, but Harakani's not acquirable right now. None of the pools have Harakani right now. You can't preview. That's what I'm doing. I am previewing. See, she's not here in this pool either. It is worth noting that I think that so this is the kind of the normal pool right now, and then this is the premium pool. The normal pool is the one that you mostly pull from. And as far as I've seen, this pool rotates over time. So I think that these guys are different than they were. Some of them are different than they were yesterday. Because I'm pretty sure Faust wasn't available and Jamil wasn't available in the main pool yesterday. But they are there now. I could be wrong. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But as far as I've seen so far, also the Dragoon was available yesterday. And today, the Gila was not originally available in this pack, but now is. So, either way. Now then, I gotta send this guy home. That completes. That doesn't. Oh, yeah. What's up, Hoppy Dungeon? Make sure to check all your system notifications because they often have prizes with them. 10 more polls! 5 more polls! And the Vexer and 5 more polls. So this right here, this is the pre-registration rewards. This is what happens when you get a legendary ship. And yes, I will say this right now. So, like, the ship is locked to what kind of quality it is. And do not attempt to, like, find a rhyme or reason between what makes a ship legendary versus epic versus whatever. I will say that just because something is legendary doesn't necessarily make it better than an epic. Because legendaries are really, really, really hard to upgrade compared to epics. And an upgraded epic will be better than an unupgraded legendary. That's something to keep in mind. But in the meantime, we've got polls to do, guys. We've got polls. We've got 20 tickets. Let's go! Boo! Kamul, she's awesome. So this is an Amar chick who works really well with several different characters. Her ability, she does a lot of damage. Hold on. Her number 2 ability is even more damage, like an AoE damage, and her number 3 ability is a burn and corrosion. So just she is a huge, major damage dealer. It's important because this guy right here, you get this dude for free on a long enough timeline. Ketsi. Oh, no, that's not the one I'm thinking about. Never mind. Pomic. If you get Pomic, Pomic is a really good Amar dude with high repair capabilities. So he works well with the high damage character, I find. I'm going to change my portrait now. Let's change it to him. And we can see the store. So there are different ways. The Era Treasure, this is like your... it's like your battle pass. So if you pay 15 bucks, then you unlock the premium track. That's how you get this dude instantly. But you can still progress on the main track for free. And then if you pay an extra $5, then you get 10 levels here instantly, which it's up to you whether or not that's worth it to you. The subscription, I don't really find this very worth it. The growth fund, I think, kind of becomes worth it in the long run. It's just a bunch of Plex. No, no, no. But leveling up on the track here is really good. Events, likewise. We've got sign-in rewards. We've got okay, and the progression plan. This is how we get Santa Mona or Potty. I'm using BlueStacks. Oh, yeah, do not forget to go into EVE Online to get your free agency support drops. These tasks on this progression plan, these unlock over days, right? but you have a total of, I guess, 11 days to complete all of them. It's just you cannot complete the task until you get to there. Now, you can actually you can complete the task before the day, but you can't collect the reward until the day. So, something to keep in mind. Stargate Control, whatever, Star Rain, whatever, Corp Influence, these are all like challenge. These are competitive rewards. And then likewise, Pirate Bounty is also a competitive rewards. This is for basically one of the big objectives of the game is...
Welcome to the map. Here you can view power distributions and important structures. You can also jump to the selected coordinates by tapping the Go button.
We scroll out, we can see that there's all these different stations that have different pirates on them. The first group to capture them, that is how you unlock those pirates. These are they unlock over time. These are like the objectives that we build up towards. Okay? We're gonna see, because he's leveled up and because things have gotten stronger, I can now have way more squads in this fleet. And so when I add this up, my power goes up to 3,690. You can see here that the power of this ship is 369, and there's 3 ships per squad. So roughly like 3,690. I've got 500 squads. 500 squads at 389 each, plus the power that Hayden brings to the table himself.
Commanders to improve their attributes.
Oh, so this is the reason why you want duplicates, okay? This is where the real power comes in. And this is the real progression, okay? Anything with pirates look like they're wearing Guri Malachim Deathless suits. Well, we'll get to that in a second. So anything that you buy with ISK or unlock through in-game effort, that stuff gets wiped away when the server restarts. Anything that you get with money, or is a thing that you would get with money, or Plex, or I mean Nova credits as they call it, or is purchased with one of those resources, that stuff stays. You keep it in between seasons. So in a practical upshoot is, like if I level up this ability here, he's level 5 right now, and so I can level up this ability. So now this ability is level 6, okay? When the new season happens, this guy, there is no overlap between this game and Tranquility. When the next season happens, this champion, or this pilot, will be brought back down to level 1, and all of these levels in Loyal Heart will be gone, okay? However, if I unlock this bar here, because it takes his tokens to unlock it, if I unlocked it, it would remain unlocked. Likewise, if I come over here, because I've gotten him twice now, or at least I've gotten some extra certificates of him. Anytime you pull him again, anytime you pull a pilot or a ship that you already have, you instead get 20 certificates for it. I got 10 because it's just a giveaway thing. And you can use those to promote him, and this is where their real power comes from, okay? So, I'm going to promote him. Just shy of 1 completed star. So when this resets, he'll be back to level 1, but this red star will still be unlocked. That is permanent progression in the game. So the commanders you unlock, and the red star, the commanders and the ships that you unlock, and the things that you unlock on them, and promotions that you give to them, those are retained in between seasons. However, all progress is reset per season, okay? So just keep that in mind as you're trying to like figure out what to prioritize or not, you know? Yes, you can, and also if you have fucked up the way your character is, you can hit the reset, and that reset gets given back in between seasons too. So, capture 2 grids of level 1 or higher. I got an ice grid. Let's get this alloy grid next. And we can also start building our second fleet. Oh, I can crash BlueStacks again. So like this game allows us to like it uses all of the trappings of New Eden, but it is not the Tranquility server that we know of, right? But I think that this is a great way for players to be exposed to a lot of the lore, right? I mean, not a lot of the players have read Templar 1 or Empyrean Age or Theodicy or any of those things. And so, like, getting to know these characters can be really cool. Like, for instance, one thing that a lot of people may not realize, you know, I was just mentioning him earlier, there's this really good dude. Like, Pomic, right? Pomic is really cool. He's the, and if we read here, it says, Pomic Haromi is a loyal administrator of House Sorum. He comprehended Jamil's holy word on the eve of the outbreak of the Elder War in YC110, organized defenses before House Sorum's territory was invaded, and transferred Minmatar slaves to underground to prevent them from being rescued by Insurum. After the coronation of Jamil Sorum, Pomic was named the new court chamberlain. His experience and loyalty made him invincible in this position. He has witnessed the resurrection, coronation, and fall of Jamil, but has always put the highest priority of maintaining the Amarian heritage and maintaining the imperial affairs, no matter who's sitting on that throne. The cool thing about this guy, this dude is currently the court chamberlain. So, like, there has been some recent lore reports where, like, announcements were issued by the court chamberlain about things. This is the guy. He's still the guy. He's not dead. If you go look up the court chamberlain of Amor in game right now, you can pull up his character and realize how inaccurate these appearances are to the characters as they're depicted in game. I'm using 5. I'm using 5 right now. Karen Midgelar, you know, former Samatar of the Minmatar Republic, kind of important. Jamil Sorum, you know. This is probably the funniest picture in the whole thing, though, because, like, wow, I've never seen Jamil depicted this way. But, you know, Viola, she was the fighter pilot from Theodicy. Yana's hilarious. Okay, so I'm going to read you the description of it, and then I'm going to tell you about who this girl is. In YC110, Yana met Captain Corvin Lears, who was assigned to the same squadron. During a joint military exercise between the Federation of Minmatar Republic and Scarcon, on the return journey to the Galente territory, they encountered an escort of the Minmatar Elder Fleet, and the ship Yana was piloting was unfortunately destroyed. Unlike Corvin's sentimental nature, Yana was more focused on adhering to the will of the Federation and completing all the tasks assigned to her. Yeah, we have to collect all the waifus. Exactly. So, where's Corvin? This is Corvin Lears. In YC-110, during a military exercise between the Federation and Republic and the Scarcon system, Captain Corvin Lears met Colonel Yana Varakova, who also served in the Federation. On their return journey to the Federation territory, they unexpectedly encountered an escort fleet of the Minmatar Elder Fleet. Coffin narrowly escaped, but witnessed Yana's ship being destroyed. Later, Corvin became a member of the Federation delegation that attended a peace summit of the Malakan system. During the summit, Corvin experienced his first death as a Capsuleer. However, due to his outstanding performance with the chaotic situation, he was awarded the Wings of Valor Medal, recognizing his exceptional achievements and under extreme adversity. Upon his rebirth, Corvin realized that the era of peace was about to become a thing of the past. While patrolling the border systems of Algoli, he witnessed the historic moment when the Caldari State Fleet invaded and seized Luminaire, the Caldari Prime. So, like, the thing about this dude is that I like to say that Corvin Lears is the Forrest Gump of EVE Online, because he is low-key kind of the main character of both Empyrean Age and Templar 1. He is the kind of the through line between those two stories. And really, if you think about it that way, the story of Templar 1 and Empyrean Age, or rather Empyrean Age and then Templar 1, is the story of like Corvin learning to work within his universe of being a capsuleer, right? When we first meet Corvin, he is very much still tied to his humanity. He was cloned, but he's never died as a clone before. So, you know, he is technically a capsuleer, but like he is more human than what? Gear is different. Oh, we'll get to Gear in a minute. I'll get to Gear in a minute. So, but Corvin was like this very naive guy who is more human than capsuleer. And so then he meets this hotshot Tyrannus pilot in a bar, and he gets enamored with her. She's everything he isn't. You know, this carefree fighter pilot capsuleer who then takes him under his wing, and they have 0G sex. And that's like his first step. This is like him being with her and their kind of relationship, their fling together, is kind of what sets him on the steps to become more and more of a capsuleer, which leads him all the way to when he betrays the Galente at the beginning of Templar 1, and then eventually goes and works for Mordu at the end of Templar 1. And Mordu sabotages his capsule to try to force him to not get killed. So he's like, oh, well, this capsule's old, so the cloning might not work. Also, he's a criminal now, so if he gets cloned, he'll just wake up in a federal penitentiary. But yeah, also the other fun thing about Yana is that because this is back in the day, this was so old that Yana actually lost her Tyrannus piloting skills because she didn't have an upgraded clone when she got killed. So that's kind of fun. All right. Since somebody's asking, let's talk about gear. I should probably do something real quick. Hold on. Let's like at least I wonder, can I take a level 2 site? Absolutely not. Got it. I need... This is alloy, this is ice, so then this is gas. Alright, well that's happening. Where's Gear? Is he just not in the pool right now? That's a good indicator that there's a cycle. Oh no, that's right, he's not legendary. This is Gear. Just like the other Mimitar slaves, Gear was enslaved by the Amarians to work on prospecting on asteroid well holes and rifts in his childhood, until being liberated by the Redford crew. He was the only one who survived the massacre when Blood Raiders assaulted the colony. His throat and nerves were heavily injured by the nasty blow on his neck, and is therefore unable to speak, but to make unidentified horses since then. Tia, the crew of the Redford, loved and protected Gear as her own son. Gear had gradually used his new life and started to show talent in dedicated areas. For example, he was obsessed with mechanical engineering and equipment operation. As a result, he was given the nickname of Gear. So the thing is this, like, Empyrean Age starts with is Grange here? Isn't Phalanx legendary? There. Not him. Him. This is Phalanx Grange. Phalanx Grange is an interesting character. So basically, Phallic Grange was the guy who was in charge of the whole like resurrection of Jamil Sorum thing. So Phallic Grange is deeply trusted by Jamil of House Sorum, an heir of one of the 5 mightiest houses of Amar. He's also regarded Jamil as his own daughter. However, due to an assassin sent by Court Chamberlain Karsoth, Phallic's clone activation process was interrupted and his memory was lost. The capsule carrying his body was rescued by Jonas, the captain of the Redford. So this is like the inciting incident for the Empyrean Age. Basically, the idea is that Phallic Grange was part of this whole effort to save Jamil by resurrecting her in the Matriarch Citadel. However, Karsoth... So, okay, a little bit of a background information. Where's that fat fuck? This monster. So, when the previous emperor died, I think it was Hadrian. No, it wasn't Hadrian. It was the one after Hadrian. Either way, there was like a quick turnover between 2 different champions, or 2 different emperors. And then when the second one died, all of the heirs were super reluctant to take command, because when the emperor or empress dies, all 5 houses, which now there's I think 6, right? Khanid, Tashmurkhan, Khorazor, whatever. Either way, they all compete, and the winner becomes the new emperor, and the losers must commit suicide. So basically, if you think about it from their perspective, you have a 1 in 5 or 1 in 6, depending on when you're talking about, chance of having to commit suicide. So the heirs at the time were fairly pragmatic, and so decided that they didn't really want to do that right now, which allowed Karsoth to step in as court chamberlain and effectively take over the Amar. Dolchta Karsoth was the former court chamberlain during the reign of Emperor Hadrian the 7th and Dorium the 2nd. That's right. Hadrian died, then Dorium died like a little bit later. He continued to serve as court chamberlain following the death of Dorium II and served in the interim ruler of the empire during the years until Jamil I ascended to the throne. He was described as being an atheist at heart, cultivating a dark network of spies and informants, and reportedly cavorting with the Blood Raiders. Following the invasion of Amar space by the Elder Fleet, Karsoth fled to the Blood Raiders and was stamped as one of the greatest traitors in the history of the Amar Empire. This dude is a galactic piece of shit. He is a monster, an absolute monster of a person. And he tried to take over the Amar. It's kind of what led the Amar to be in such a shitty place by the time the Elder Fleet attacked and Jamil took over. So, Karsoth saw Phallic. Phallic was like the head administrator for House Sorum. So, Karsoth saw Phallic as a threat to his power. And Karsoth's plan was to attempt to basically undermine the entire emperor process and keep power for himself for as long as possible. So he sends out an assassin to go after Phallic Grange, and the assassin comes in, and they've got this like cool injector thing, like a matrix injector that goes into the back port of the capsuleer, and it's designed that when you plug it in, it just fries the brain of the capsuleer and sends that fried brain's information through the system, scrambling their saved version. So this device is a device that is used to kill a capsuleer permanently by corrupting its infomorph. Now, thankfully, or whatever, the assassin, the Blood Raider assassin, did not manage to get the pick all the way into to Phallic Grange's neck port. And while it electrocuted it, it didn't completely scramble his brain. So the Phallic Grange clone woke up with 0 memory. Luckily, the reason why the Blood Raider failed was because as he was trying to do this, that's when the Redford shows up, which the Redford is basically just like a normal, everyday, low caliber, civilian industrial ship for the Mimitar, right? Built as Jonas and all these other people, this crew. And so they find this derelict ship and they scare off the Blood Raider, and they find Phallic Grange, and they freak the fuck out. They're like, "Oh my god!" At first Jonas was like, "I don't want anything to do with this guy because he's a Capsuleer." It's one of the cool things about it, or one of the cool things is one of the cool moments that really shows off how the world looks at Capsuleers, because he's like, "I don't want to rescue this guy because when the Capsuleers come looking for him, they're not going to ask questions. They're just going to screw us up. And we're not immortal. They are. They don't care about people. They don't care about life. They're monsters." And so, but it is the effort of the other Redford crew that convinces them to take in Phallic and kind of sets in motion the events of the Empyrean Age. And so Gear is the kid on the crew. He's like their mechanic. Think of the Redford crew. The Redford crew is very similar to like Firefly. Like, I feel like the Redford crew is... Who's the kid with the bad haircut? We're talking about the right one, right? Yeah, this guy with the bowl haircut. Yeah, so he's part of the Redford crew, and we can see like the Redford family. The other guy is Jonas. There's Jonas. So, Jonas. Oh, wow. There's a Drake here, even though you can't get a Drake in the game yet. Captain of the Redford, a Bobcat salvager. He accidentally rescued Lord Phallic Grange and then would like to take a bet on him. While seeking Gable's treatment at Lorado's station, Jonas and his crew were hunted by Blood Raider fleet, who were also looking for Lord Phallic Grange. Jonas successfully escaped away from the pirates and with his severely damaged ship, and finally found his way to the origin of New Eden system, and then met the paladins of House Sorum, who were waiting there in accordance with the holy word of Empress Jamil I. Though utterly isolated and opposed by his crew, Jonas's perspective was finally paid off. For his escort of Phallic Grange, he was rewarded with a brand new Drake battlecruiser. That's right. Sorry, I stand corrected. Jonas overrode the crew. Jonas wanted to take care of Phallic Grange. It was some of the other people within the, I think it was the girl, the girl who takes care of Gear. Does it say her name here? I need to read this stuff again. No, it just says the crew. Yeah, I think there's a female member of the crew, which was like she was the one that was like arguing. There was a different crew member who was very protective of Gear, who was the one that was arguing that they don't take care of Phallic Grange. It might be. I don't remember. Is it? Hold on. Is Tia a character that we can get? I don't see it. Oh, it says it on Gear's page. Got it. Thank you. Where? Gear. Nope, I don't. Am I missing something? First word, second paragraph. Oh. Yep. That checks out. Okay. So that's Gear and the Redford crew. Okay. I want to talk for a minute, okay? I've said a lot of good things about this game. I'm going to complain about this game, okay? There are two things that I think... There are several things that I think that this game could use to be added to it. There are lots of champions or pilots that I'd love to see them added. There are two that I refuse to build up in any way, right? And that is Anvent and Tokabara. These two pilots, if you have them in your fleet, just realize that, like, they're going to betray... I don't know how to tell you. Like, these are not good people. Let's look at this story, okay? We're going to look at Torquemada first and foremost. So, in the beginning of Empyrean Age, like, one of the other things going on during Empyrean Age was the rise, of course, of the Broker. We've talked about him already. The Broker is this mysterious agent that did all kinds of deals throughout New Eden. He was, as we mentioned earlier, trying to stop the production of Inserum on behalf of his Amarian benefactors. But he's got stuff all over the place. He illegally clones himself. He's a monster, right? He's the primary villain of Templar 1 or Empyrean Age, and he's more or less confirmed as being dead at the end of Templar 1. But so one of the biggest things that the Broker does is he helps install Tibus Heth into power. So let's talk a little bit about Tibus Heth. First of all, it's worth noting that the Caldari state... I wish we could get player profile pics like this in Eve. I know, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is such a big improvement to the game, even if you think of it as like a mobile game or whatever. Like, just having this much of the cool content that's available to like poke at and have fun with. Like, I don't care if it's if it never hooks into to New Eden. The fact that I can put Amelie and Mens Repula in a ship together and make them fly off and go and conquer the fucking universe together, that warms the cockles of my heart. I ain't gonna lie. Either way, let's talk about the dirt bags. So, Tibus Heth was a relatively low-level dude that worked for Caldari Constructions at the... Not Payek. What was the name of the foundry? Anybody? 10 points to whoever can remember the name of the foundry. It's probably in the description. Hold on. Oh, it was Payek! It was the Armor Forge on Payek 3. So, the Armor Forge on Payek 3 was this facility that created, basically, armor plates for ships, right? And Tibus Heth was a worker there. He was one of the guys that worked on, like, the... you ever play or watched Aliens, the movie? Like, the forklift suit? Tibus had, like, one of those, right? So, any rate, the idea is that there's this like uprising that happens at Payek 3 because of unhappiness within everything. And so Tibus Heth kind of spearheads this protest riot on Payek 3. And the head of Caldari Constructions is this guy, Torquemada. Torquemada's response to this uprising was attempting to crush the uprising. But the problem is that he sent in, like, a huge, like an overwhelming force of military, of his, like, security wings in there. And, they send out a different guy besides Tibus Heth. But Tokabara's guys didn't realize it was the wrong dude. And so, kill him. Like, he's coming out to negotiate. They kill him. And then Tibus Heth comes out in his little, like, suit and rescues the guy under fire from all of the security personnel and rescues this dude. And that footage is what makes it onto, like, the Caldari news media and just collapses the value of Caldari Constructions. To the so the broker's, like, putting these screws on this guy in order to try to make the corporation's stocks tank, so that way he can buy up all of the stocks. He does a hostile takeover of Caldari Construction and then hands it over to Tibus Heth and forces Torquemada to click on the thing that basically hands over control of Caldari Constructions to the broker and then to Tibus Heth. and then he commits suicide. Ah, shoot, I shouldn't have said that. And then he unalives himself. Shit. I'm bad at this YouTube thing. Look, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Consider becoming a member. I just demonetized my whole thing. It sucks. No, I'm just kidding. Banned. Hashtag banned. Yep. All right. Look, Tokabara Shutsu was CEO of Caldari Constructions when Tybus Heth led the revolt around Armor Forge on Payak 3, while Home Guard troops opened fire on protesting workers. Tokabara Shutsu attempted to cut off the head of the workers' movement by assassinating Heth. However, it was spectacularly bungled and promoted further rioting from the workers. This, together with the previous news flash about the revolt and deployment of the Home Guard dropships, resulted in the Caldari construction stock soaring and Heth eventually becoming, I think it means tanking, but eventually becoming the majority owner. After setting the seal on the new order at Caldari Constructions, the disgraced Tokabara Shutsu ceded his personal stocks to Heth before unaliving himself. He isekai'd himself. Yeah. So, what a loser, right? Like, this is... Please don't make this guy the champion of your team. This guy's a loser. He's also only the second worst person in this list of pilots. So, to go back, to keep going with this story a little bit, Tybus Heth then goes and unifies the Caldari state under one banner. Now, one of the important things is that the Caldari state isn't necessarily a unified force. They are the 8 different megacorporations. And the 8 megacorporations have a panel called the CEP, Chief Executive Panel, which is basically the CEOs of all 8 of the megacorporations. And they, as a body, make collective decisions about the Caldari state. However, the Caldari state megacorporations themselves are in competition with each other, right? So the state themselves are not that unified as a force. And this is actually one of the reasons why that in YC110, with everything going on, the state was actually in a pretty bad position financially. Let me tell you, the state is not good when they are doing poorly financially. They get desperate, and you know, we see the rise of populism in Tybus Heth, this kind of fascist populist leader. So Tybus Heth comes in, and not only does he like become the CEO of, I think, Calikiota eventually, but he actually like takes over the CEP and used the like basically became a whole, like create a whole nother power structure above the CEP where he was in command, right? And then once he had that much command, he mobilized the military to send a major invasion force into Luminaire so that way they could blockade and take back Caldari Prime. This was known as the Second Gallente-Caldari War, and it was part of the Empyrean Age, right? So, but the problem is that Luminaire is deep within Gallente territory, and Gallente have lots of protective services in order, or like protections and defenses to prevent just this kind of invasion. They have a system called Tripwire, right? If you've ever watched Battlestar Galactica, the movie, the TV show, at the very beginning, the Cylons come and blow up all of the planets, right? Like, spoiler, I guess. But the idea is that all of the defense systems of the 12 colonies of man were shut down because one guy, Gaius Baltar, handed over the security protocols that allowed the Cylons to shut down all of the defenses of all of the human colonies, allowing them to destroy them all simultaneously. Gaius Baltar is one of the biggest betrayers of humanity in that time, and of course most of the rest of the TV show is kind of a redemption arc for him, at least in part. That's one of the plots. But so in this world, Gaius Baltar is named Anvent. This mother here, this dude, Anvent Enturer, was a Gallente former Grand Admiral of the Federation Navy, sometime prior to the rise of Tybus Heth. Intur began selling information to the broker. One piece of this information caused the tripwire system to fail, allowing the Caldari to strike the Galente Federation unaware and eventually to occupy Caldari Prime. It was only later that President Foriton discovered Intur had actually been traitorous. Following his dismissal, Inturer went into hiding in the Amar Empire, where he was given sanctuary by Urium Kador. Eventually, Empress Jamil I allowed Federation warships to enter Empire space in order to retrieve him. Upon execution, Emperor the Great Traitor was injected with a chemical agent that immolated when exposed to the sound of a specific frequency. When prompted, the crowd unleashed screams and yells that were converted to the proper frequency, causing Emperor's body to be gruesomely destroyed. So, no, this guy was not... Nope, he was not influenced by the other. He's just a dirtbag that wanted money. That's it. He can't... Nope, he doesn't get to have any sort of excuses. He just wanted fucking money. Yeah. So if you guys, there's a chronicle. Hold on. Is it called Two Deaths? Yes. So that right there, that's Inter being burned alive because he is so bad that the Galente Federation, the democracy, killed him in this manner, causing him to be immolated alive in front of a crowd. Fun fact, so this execution is what led to, oh God, what's his name? Celis Agard, the current president of the Federation, her principal opponent. I can't think of his name right now. 10 points if you remember his name. But the very first thing that he did politically, like the big move that he did, was use this opportunity to try to pass his law. No, not Rodin. No. We're talking about it's the he's trying to go after capital punishment because of this. Suvio Belleron, yes, proposes total ban on capital punishment. He's been going after, yeah. He proposed this in YC111. Kentucky Senator Suvio Belleron proposed a bill of banning public execution in today's tumultuous Senate session. The debate was heated with numerous outbursts from both sides of the issue. So Belleron has been fighting since YC111 to get this this bill passed, and Shu has been opposing it. Then, when Celis Agard became before the election, he pushes for it again, because of the So the civil war of the Shindeli, right? If you remember, we were just talking about the Shindeli Civil War when we were talking about the Deathless. Well, the Yin Mei, the other piece of this is that there was a bunch of the Yin Mei that got outcast, and they got known as the Sindeli Six, or Sindel 6, I think it was, or something like that. Either way, the point is that there were people that were on this cursed planet. They reached out for help, and so it was exposed that Yin Mei was using one of the planets in Lersatin as kind of an exile planet, a cursed planet. And so, that was seen as a big problem. And so Suvio Belleron jumped on this as an opportunity to once again push his anti-capital punishment bill, which then was like a major point of contention during the election. Celis Agard eventually wins. And then during the Stargate Trailblazer event, she secures a bunch of funding. There's a infrastructure bill. Is it? No, not quite. So, at the Ronan, who was president at the time, tabled the bill, would not sign it, pocketed it, and then when Celis Agar took over, there was pressures for her to do it, but she didn't want to sign it either. They're not talking about it here, but basically, she wanted this big infrastructure bill, and in the end, the Intaki backed her, which allowed her to kind of go around the Suvio Belleron and veto the bill. So in the end, the bill got vetoed. So yeah, that's the story of Envin. Giant piece of crap. Let's see, anybody else that we want to highlight real quick before we jump back into the game? Okay, let's go back into the game for a little bit. Let's see what we can do. We captured 2 grids. Let's see, we've got gas, we got alloy, we've got ice. I think there's an ore up here, right? Yeah, let's capture it. Yeah, so if you try to capture something and you don't have a path to it, it will actually create a path for you. That's all this is saying. You can see that, like, here's my territory. So he's going to have to capture this spot, then this spot, then this spot. Now, if you do it, if you have your settings right, then it'll automatically abandon these empty spots afterwards. Because you can only have so many squares captured at one time. Like right now, I can only have 21 squares total captured. It's also worth noting that in the long run, Tier 1 and Tier 2 sites are basically worthless. Because Tier 3 sites and above can be upgraded, but Tier 1 and Tier 2 sites cannot be upgraded. They're basically just for newer players. Do they have breakdowns for the ships?
Chief Commander, notorious
Like
Guristas
lore?
pirates are roaming the region. Give me the order to eliminate those pirates. We can't let them run amok.
Chief Commander, by eliminating Guristas pirates, we will gain loots, and our commanders will earn valuable combat experience to boost their combat power.
Okay, so pirates are one of the several ways to kind of do stuff just whenever you want and get experience and whatnot. You eventually get training rooms, so you can do just like random fights. But the Guristas are good because it gives you, or the pirates are good because it gives you a random resource and implants and other such things, like the stuff they just use to upgrade champions or pilots and ships. So we're going to do a search for a level 1 Guristas pirate fleet. And so that basically spawns one on the map. So it's going to be here for the next 4 hours, right? And I can come here. Build a new fleet. With, let's go with this Vexer. And Serb. Seems like a good choice, right? And then max this back out. Now I've got plenty. Now he's got 3,000 power. Let's see if that's going to be enough. Exterminate! Easy battle. They've got 25,000 power. Wait, hold on. What? 25,000 power? Versus my 3,000 power? That doesn't feel... Oh, no. My bad. It's 767 power. My bad. This top thing is the actual cell itself, which is a level 4 alloy. So that's why it's 25,000. The fleet, the Guristas fleet, is only 767 power. So easy peasy. Once I had to go 13 plus grids for a level 1 or 2 until I started... Because I was crammed in between 2 other players. Yeah, well, I'll show you where I'm at in my modern game. You'll see I'm actually pretty spread out at this point. Because you try to pick up the correct spots, stuff, no matter how far away it is. Chris is dead, and I got some cool stuff for it, so... And I've got 20 tickets! Let's do this! Yellow! No. Kaylin's great. Kaylin's awesome. She, wish I could look at all... Oh, wait, I can. So her one does high damage to a single enemy and does an ECM jam. So her main attack hits the guy and then can jam them, making it so they can't attack back. Her number 2 does kinetic damage and does a neural shutdown, which basically shuts down active abilities. So she's ECMing them, she's neural shutdowning them, and then for 3, she can put up a shield around herself, which makes her immune to one attack, and that can also increase her armor. Otherwise, you can pick this one, which just reduces incoming damage, and ship's data rate is like haste. It's like speed. It's how fast you go. So that plus this data rate is actually really, really big. Because if you look, her normal data rate, her default data rate's 72. So if this thing adds, this thing would just 2 levels of it, or well, max level of it would double her data rate. Yeah, some people build one contiguous territory regardless of the tile resource. Don't do that. Spread out and take any tile. One of the things that's nice is that as you take territory, it will automatically abandon lower tier territories, and it'll tell you which territory it's abandoning. So just keep on pulling stuff, and especially once you're able to start taking level 3 territory, you'll want to make sure to replace all of your level 2 with level 3. That's when you really start to want to make sure that you have a good collection of each of the type of resources and whatnot, because arguably you could just keep on leveling things up all the way up from 3 to 8. No! Amelie! Kruger! Come on! I gotta get one legendary. The Algos is the Algos is the epic sieger. Well, there's 2 epic siegers, right? There's the Algos and the Stratios. Playing pre-launch really helped me snowball a bit harder this time. Yeah, I bet it did. Come on. Yes! What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? It is... Hey! Karen Midgeler! Hell yeah! Former Samatar. So much money. All right, let's go in here, upgrade my vault. Upgrade gas refinery to level 3. Now, all of this progress will get lost when I restart. Anything, all of your built-up stuff like this is all reset when the season is over. Give me resources! Alright, now I gotta defeat a Garissa's fleet of level 2 or higher. 1,500 points. Can I do it? Easy battle, easy battle. Send them in. Exterminate! Meanwhile, I need to get more territory, so... Gas level 2? Can I capture level 2 yet? Yeah! Where's the exterminate line from? Where's that exterminate? It's from Doctor Who. It's the Daleks. Dude, the Lord with all this image, so cool. 35-minute delay. Wait, what? Chapter 5.
Chief Commander, it's time to upgrade our ships in order to face stronger threats.
Our fleet commanders will gain experience and enhance their skills by engaging in battles. However,
Oh,
ship
yeah,
upgrades
I love it.
work a bit differently. By consuming ISK, skill power of your ships can be enhanced. By
ISK.
consuming materials and meeting specific requirements, your ships can also unlock more skills.
All right. Upgrade talent commander to 3. View 1 combat report. Upgrade any ship module to level 3. Okay, great. So, in order... Oh. I just captured a level 2 grid. Yay! So that means my influence goes up. My resource output goes up. And, of course, my gas mining yield goes up because it is a gas site that I captured. My influence... Your influence is like your overall power. It's basically the cumulative points of all of the territory that you hold. And grid capacity is how many grids that you can hold. You get grid capacity by completing tasks. You gain influence by leveling up your stuff, your territory. Okay, so now I come here. Where are we? Send both these guys home. Oh no, he's already home. Got it. So I can go to Astroforce. And now this guy's level 5, so I can level him up. I can upgrade his abilities. So this is his ability, and then this is like a bonus to the ability. Once you've started leveling up, you can get that. So like this ability, leveling this up makes it so that it does more damage, right? So controls a self-destructed drone to explode. It does. So this does 117.9% damage based on my offense. So raising up my offense will raise up the amount of damage it does, basically is all that means. So I can level this up to level up how much damage it does. But then if I do this, then I add the additional value of a burn on top of the actual damage. So it does the damage, and then this applies a 20% burn on top of them that lasts for 2 turns. So it's like a dot that continues to tick, right? So you want to upgrade both the base ability and the augmentation of the ability for most stuff, right? Then Hayden gets a promotion again. Yes, I get to finish my red star, which gives me 2 extra talent points and, you know, my normal offensive and tactics bonus. Boom, I'm promoted now. Cool. You get tons of these certificates for Hayden, which is why Hayden ends up being so powerful, because like I said, an upgraded epic is better than an unupgraded legendary. That's just the way it works. So we're going to level up that ability. Can I unlock this yet, or do I have cool stuff yet? I could, but I'd have to throw away... Oh, I could do it with this. We'll see. And then... oh, yeah, I want to come to Amelie and promote her. And again, so the upgrade that I did get by getting those red stars, those promotions, those are permanent upgrades. I will always have Amelie, and she will always have those upgrades, even after a session or the server season change. Let's go to ships. This Bellicose. Do we want to upgrade the Bellicose or the Vexor first? Let's upgrade the Bellicose first, because the Bellicose also will get a bunch of stuff to help strengthen it. So upgrade this to level 3. That completes this task. Impact Booster Facility. Impact Booster Facility increases the offense of the commander. We're going to upgrade that real quick. We'll do it a second time, why not? And then let's go ahead and do the Tranquil Booster too. Sharp Mind Booster. That's a haste. Speed. Assembly Array. We'll wait on that. We'll probably be asked to do the bank soon. Hey, we're on to Chapter 6. Already on to Chapter 6.
Chief Commander, we have received an external communication.
How have you been, old friend? We once broke through the pirate blockade together at the border of the Empire. In our joint operation, I witnessed your excellent execution and judgment. Now, you have recruited even more capable fleet commanders, and your home-based technology has advanced rapidly. If we don't have any conflicting interests in the future, I look forward to collaborating with you again.
I remember her. Her intelligence work remains as outstanding as ever.
On the battlefield, information determines everything. Chief Commander, we must also prioritize intelligence work. For instance, reconning before capturing resource grids and selecting fleet formation that counters the defending forces can significantly increase our chances of victory.
Your commanders are reliable. I will keep following your progress until we meet again.
I'd say that her voice is probably the most egregious of the quote-unquote AI voices. I'll call them synthetic voices. But again, like the alternative is just not having voices, right? Because like voice actors are expensive and hard to maintain, and then if you ever need them to change what they said, then you can't. Construct a command post level 1. Oh yeah, command post. This thing's great. Command posts are great. We're going to speed that up. So what a command post allows me to do now, actually I'm going to get 2 because those are great. So what command post allows us to do is now we can go to these 2 fleets and I can add a second person to these fleets. So I can put Midular on there, but I want somebody else that has an encirclement tactic, because see, this one's encirclement, this one's encirclement. I kind of want another encirclement. We can see Serb is actually another encirclement. So let's go ahead and take him from Fleet 2 instead. And now we can go to Fleet 2 and we see that Fleet 2 now has her. This is encirclement 2 though. So let's go ahead and find a better weapon. The Algos has assault. So these are the different fleet formations, right? Assault beats encirclement. Encirclement beats defense. Defense beats intercept. Intercept beats assault. And then all of them beat siege. Okay? Siege means you're trying to go after a structure. So we're going to change it to assault, and we can now see there, and we have a 10% bonus because of that. And if I pull up another champion or pilot that have assault, like this Kamul character, and put her in there, boom, now I've got 15% additional power for using these guys. I can max this out. She's got 19 power, which is not a lot, but we're gonna get that up there. Let's scan this one down to see what kind of fight I'm up for. Oops.
Switch to a formation that matches both the commander and the ship to earn a fleet bonus.
I already have.
There is a
Cool. Good job. Okay, so this scan is done. I can tell because it's got a little report. I can open up the report and it says, okay, well, this is defense. It recommends encirclement, right? My 2 fleets are encirclement and assault. So I want to send this guy to go and do it because he's got a bonus against this for the enemy formation. That's how you use reconnaissance. See, they'll both say it's easy battle or whatever, but I know, because I know what kind of fleet I'm going up against, that this guy's going to do better. He'll suffer less losses. It is Eve, Rock, Paper, Scissors. Yeah. But unlike Raid, where each character is like locked in to what type it is, this is a lot more flexible. While that's going on, let's go ahead and recruit some more people. We got 10 more tickets, baby! Come on, yellow, yellow, yellow. Boo! Emily? Anyone? No? Ah! No! At least I got Hayden. No yellow again. I'm just sad now. Breacher, Heron, and Kalen. All right, good. Well, at least we got some good. I got, yeah. Oh, you should have seen me when I got the other guy, Anvit, on my main account. I literally posted it in our Discord with, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" All right. Let's promote some Hayden. Let's get some Hayden promotion up in here. Boom! Now, you definitely... One of the things that you really, really, really want to do is get 3 stars, because at 3 stars, it unlocks Command Matrix. Command Matrix increases your squad capacity by 300, and squad capacity is where all your power comes from. Aaron Midgelar. And it looks like they just beat the dudes that we were fighting. That's good. Find another easy site. How much is this site? This one's an ice level 1. The ice level 3, it's 8,000 power. Recommends defense. Level 3, level 4, 1. So again, we can scroll out. We're looking for a specific kind of site. We can look for 2s. Oh, there's this 2. Wait, did we? Is this the one that we already reconned? No. Send this dude home. It'd be interesting if they did the Omega promotion that they did with Vanguard. I really wish that they would do cross promotion, but historically they haven't really done that kind of thing very much. So we can do reconnaissance here to see. Okay, well this this also requires encirclement. Not requires, but better for encirclement. So let's go ahead and send them. Look for any other sites. Level 2 alloy, maybe? Recommended formation defense. Recommended defense. I mean, honestly, we could probably just take on a lot of these things, regardless of whether or not we're the right type. Or not? Well, it looks like... Oh, I'm outside of the station. Three, 1. What was that 2? So right now I'm getting less ore than anything else, so I'd really like to get an ore site. I think we're going to go for this one. Whatever. We're just going to go for it. Capture. Go for it, Karen. So she's going to have to capture all these sites leading up to it, which hopefully will give her some experience. Like what? And then also I need to do a level 3 or higher Garissus Pirate. So I come here and I say upgrade to level 3. Search. These guys have 5,900 power. So replenish first. Now I've got 12,000 power. More than enough. Let's go ahead and kill him. You notice that that extermination required action points. Each character has stamina, right? Like, you can see that my characters have stamina, and as I try to capture sites and stuff, that's what consumes stamina. But when I'm going after pirates, it consumes action points, which is a separate resource that you gain over time. You can scroll into here, you can see I have 7 action points right now, so I can fight pirates 7 times. But I can, if a pilot runs out of stamina, I can swap them out with a different pilot, and they can keep going. So implants are how you improve players. Rigs are how you improve ships. I mean, not players, but pilots. Capture 1 grid of level 3 or higher. Well, okay. Let's find a level 3 grid. See if I can capture it. There's level 3 ore right here. I've already reconned it. Probably should be able to do that one. Good, perfect. That one has the correct formation. So this one is a defensive formation. This one requires a defensive formation or recommends. This one has an encirclement formation, which is what I use. So go ahead and make sure that they're topped off and then send them to war. And collect my bonuses. Definitely need to be careful of how many pilots you try to level. Too many and you eat through components real fast. Yes and no. So one of the nice things is that once you get to the point where you can have the 2 pilots like this, you can easily put like one really high level pilot with one lower level pilot and then do some pretty okay stuff, and it'll shoot that lower level pilot way up. So it's actually pretty easy to get your other pilots leveled up when it comes down to it. Like yesterday I got Men's Repola, and now he's like one of my most powerful people because I used him for everything. Yay, I captured a level 3 grid. Now I have to capture 2 more. It is really easy to eat up through components. That's true. So this guy, he's down a few people, but not that many. I think he could probably still capture another level 3 grid. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. This one's going to be a lot more dangerous, right? So this one... Hold on. Actually, yeah, that's good. We'll do it this way. Did they lower the cost of the combat simulator? I leveled up a bunch of them, wasting their stamina. Well, it depends on what level of the simulator you're doing. You'll see how much experience you're going to get. Like, the 4th tier of the simulator is worth a ton. Yeah, we've got a corp. The Empyreans on the number 20 server. Ash was upset at how often I brought up my massive overall lack of component. I did not get upset. I did not get upset. I just pointed out that there is one thing that you were constantly needing, which was components. 2K ISK per run, but I think it was way higher. I know, so it is worth noting that, like, oh, not this one, sorry. You start out with all these different things, so at first, your injury recovery time is only 3 minutes. Capture grid time takes 30 seconds, and you get refunded stuff, and it's really easy. And also, it takes 8 stamina to do something, whereas after 48 hours, it starts taking 15 stamina to do everything, and component manufacturing gets cut by 1/5. So at the very beginning, you have a big boost to your capabilities. So the goal is to get far enough along within those 48 hours to be able to, like, it not being a huge problem that you can't produce it as quickly. Oh, I actually honestly have not done anything in the base simulator. Those boxes that I just got, you need to actually go into your inventory. You'll find them there, and then you can use them from there. Nice. Nice! That's possible. We can look at it when I jump over to the other account. Which I might want to do sooner rather than later. I feel like we're kind of getting the basics here. So, let's see about joining a corp. Join a corp. After 3 grades of level 3 or higher. Go home, I need to resupply you. Oh! There it goes. Happy Halloween, by the way, guys. Tomorrow I should be streaming. We'll be back to EVE Online stuff. I know there is some stuff to catch up on. I honestly recommend you go check out my last live stream if you haven't already, because we've learned a lot about the death list. And so if you're interested in the death list and all that kind of stuff, yesterday's, or like the previous Monday stream, I think it was, really good. I recommend it. Oh, successfully joined a corp. Yay! Successfully joined a corp. Give me all your free stuff. And that unlocks the proving ground. So this is how you can
choose your fleets that are
fight.
assigned with the commanders you
This is
wish
how
to
I do it, at
upgrade.
least.
Here you can view the amount.
Oh, apparently we're at war. Oh well. Oh, because we're fighting over this Stargate, of course. There's my 500 Nova credits. All right. Well, I say we just pull another 5 or 10 pulls. I don't remember how much I get for this much Plex. Wait, actually, hold on. Get a little bit more. Oh yeah, and you definitely want to come here because when you see that people capture stuff, you can just, you get rewards for it, regardless of whether or not you have anything to do with it. I don't trust anybody with Tokabara as their profile picture. I'm sorry. Okay. Now I definitely have enough for a couple of pulls.
Chief Commander, by upgrading home base facilities, we have improved the strength of our economy, military, and defense. However, the increasing consumption of alloy, ore, and ice demands us to expand our methods of acquiring resources. By constructing resource refineries in our home base,
I already have.
we need to collect.
What are you talking about? All right. Let's go. Ready? Yellow. 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 Fuck. Hayden. All right, ready? We're going to do a couple of these. Now, people have asked, like, what is the best use of Nova credits? I don't actually think that pulls are the best use of Nova credits, but that doesn't stop me from doing them because I like opening up shards. What can I say? Yeah. Let's go. Besides, I don't care about these Nova credits. Hey! It's a ship? It's a scythe! The scythe is unironically one of the best ships in the game right now, which is pretty funny. But again, the problem with legendary ships and pilots is that they are super rare, and you need to get multiples of them in order to upgrade their stars. So they're the slowest to upgrade. So epics are actually really, really good because they're powerful, but are also common enough to be able to upgrade them. One more pull. Boo. Hey! Brokara. Yeah. She's a Blood Raider. She's got the ruby chest piece on. This is not the Deathless outfit, if this is what people were thinking. This is not. This is actually the same outfit that Ashtaroth's wearing. Underneath her suit. Did I say Blood Raider? Yeah, she's a Sancha. Because every time I see her, I think Blood Raider. The other Blood Raider is... I'm not Blood Raider. The other Sancha. Look. I don't know what I'm doing. Do you? Where's the other Sancha guy? Huh. Wait, where is he? Is he not available at all right now? Huh. I don't know. I wasted 100 bonus tickets on doing one more. Oh yeah, that sounds frighteningly accurate. Okay. I think that's it for this. Right now. No, when it bugs you. I think it's kind of exciting that there's still stuff that hasn't been accessible, but we know about. Hopefully it'll be accessible in the next few days or weeks or whatever. All right. I think that's enough for this. I'm going to go back to my main account. So this is going to give you a little bit of an idea of what things look like after a few days. Encoding overloaded. BlueStacks is melting down. Hold on one second. Okay. Hey, there's a supply fleet. Hold on a second. Level 4 supply fleet? Really? Only 8,000 power? Okay, well, fine. So the way you deal with a supply fleet is that you intercept them. So I'm gonna go right here and deploy Santa Mona. Santa Mona Sarpati, by the way, is the Reverend Mother of the Sisters of Eve. I of course have her in the Stratios. Oops. Didn't quite mean to zoom in that much. Oh, I was supposed to look at some of the previous fights. Well, we'll look at these ones. Boom. So we can see here, if I open up my combat log, we can actually watch that fight. We can see they did very little damage to me. I did damage to them. And then we can watch the replay. Send out the drones. You can watch the different abilities being used. I think it's kind of cool. I was putting in a request to be able to watch this like live, like have it automatically play it, but I don't know. I'm starting to get behind the whole like, because the thing is that the battle happens instantly. You can watch the replay. There you go. And then because of that, I should be able to level her up, right? No, she just wants new implants. It's animated? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't see her avatar animated. So yeah, here's all my dudes. I've got 4 fleets. My first fleet is my Amar fleet. I've got my Dragoon plus Pomic and Ketsti. Now, there's actually a special bonus. Oh my god. That's true. I was just thinking that, like, it'd be nice if it was better at prompting you to look at the replays, because there is some valuable information to be learned by watching the replays. But yeah, it's a tricky one. Oh yeah, no, I don't have any crashes on the phone. It's only BlueStacks doing this. Wait, I logged into the wrong character. Haha. So what do you guys think? Have I at least convinced you that this is a little bit more than just some cash grab app? I mean, like, whatever. I think that there's a lot more to it, and I think it's a great lens into the universe, personally. We've been having a blast with it, so. But then again, we've also been playing other gacha games before this. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you're okay with that kind of thing, then this game has a lot to offer you. So, implants are like your equipment. There's sets. So, like, if I got a third one here that had the same type, then they would get a bonus. That's more advanced stuff. I am looking forward to when Losec opens, for sure. And then my ships, I've got my Dragoon, Adramiel, Bellicose, Stratios. I just got the Omen. The Caracal I've never really leveled up. And I got a Maelstrom. But you can see, like, of these all, like, my Bellicose, 639 total power versus 579 versus 672. Like, the Dragoon is pretty good, but, like, this Epic is in the running with legendaries for power. In fact, this Bellicose, if you look at it, 639 versus 384. So this legendary ship is just flat out worse than the Bellicose, because the Bellicose has all of its stuff unlocked, it's leveled up some, and has 4 red stars. So this Bellicose is going to be stronger than even a lot of the legendary ships. Okay. I need to see if I have any level 5 zones, because I'm in the process of leveling up all my territory from level 5 to level 6. But you can only improve so many different tiles at one time. So I also need to capture new level 6s, so that way I can abandon old level 5s or below and upgrade things. This thing right here, what's this? That's a 7. Or 6. I don't really need ore, though. I need... ice? Aha! Look at this. I need a recommended formation of encirclement. That's fine. I've got that right here. I'm going to buff her fleet back up. Need more components. I'm going to use all my gas. That's fine. By the way, for those of you that call this a cheap mobile app, I will say, like, as a mobile developer before, this transition right here, I'm so impressed with. I can't really do it very well because, like, it's easier with the pinch zoom, but, like, oh, BlueStacks is kind of failing a little bit. You can actually transition. On my phone, I can transition between the two, like, smoothly. And then as you scroll in, you can see the station, like, unfold. It's such a cool animation. It's way cooler with the pinch zoom. What? Okay. This requires a pincer attack. I think I might even have those. Oh, yeah, I do. But you're not strong enough to take on that site yet. Boo. From an ISK levy. ISK levies are something that you get, like, based on your bank? Oh, cool. Resources. Wait, no, never mind. This is the same as before. This is the ISK levy. How much does this give? I don't know. 92,000? Let's try it. Fuck it. 80 plex. 9,200 ISK? Does that give me the task? It did give me the task. Didn't give me a level, though. I'm in Empyreans. E with an E. See? EMPYRIANS. Empyreans. You can actually see we are on. So, 13th Legion is a bunch of, like, already experienced pilots that have been doing this, and so they hit this game hard at the very beginning. So they're doing really, really well. The Imperium is, of course, very organized, so they're up there. But we're the #2 Galente Corp in the game at the moment. We've captured 4 structures total, which most people haven't captured more than 1 or 2. And we're looking to get more. If we can scroll out to the map. You can see how spread out my empire is now from here. I know that that's only this server. 4th one snipe was nice. We did that, yeah. Can I look at your battle, your bases like that? Oop, what the heck? I haven't actually looked for you. Mercenary Corp. Looking for blue. Ah! I'm really pushing this thing. Yeah, okay. Nixie Bree, who are you in game? I don't remember. I know you as Nixie, and I probably know you as not Nixie, but I don't know that the two names are together. Oh, okay. Cool. Wrong account again. Probably because, I mean, like, that makes sense. It's because it's crashing. I'm sure it saves the state when you leave it, so since I'm not leaving it, then it doesn't save the state. I'm playing this game on an inferior client just so I can show you guys it. How about that? Make sure to like the stream. Who named their thing Perun? Which one of you guys named your character Perun? That's what I want to know. Is this all... Oh, that's Ta. You guys have so much resources. Abaddon. Timerian, there it is. The problem is I can't tell how spread out you are because it's just blue. I think it's honestly because Malik, I think it's because like my computer is having difficulty. It's trying to do the streaming. It's got other stuff going on. Like it's running. It's hitting memory issues and like causing blue stacks to choke. That's what I think. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Where was I? Was I sending out somebody? Didn't I send somebody out? No? Did I not? Thought I did. Let us grab... What this level 6 ice? Circle map. Cool. So, first thing that she's going to do... Oh, right. She can't go after the pirate first, because if she goes after the pirate first, then she'll auto-return home. So, I think we can just capture this. I'll abandon my... alloy? That's fine. Wait, where is that thing? Oh, that is... Oh, that's from when I was trying to take out the area around the south, so that's fine. Again, I cannot stress enough how much this is actually good performance on my phone, so anything you're seeing here, blame it on my computer. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh yeah, okay, this is right, this is right. Now I'm going to filter for for only level 5s and see if I have any more 5s in my territory that need to be upgraded, like this gas. 5 gas. Oh, see, I can't develop it because I've already developed too many other sites. That's why I'm trying to replace some sites. Like, I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. Actually, I kind of need alloy still, so let's develop it. Yay! Now you can see my influence has gone up. My headquarters is going to take... Well, I mean, I'm starting to get there. I definitely need a lot more alloy. Control tower is good. What level is your control tower at? Hi. Is the combat simulator worth it? I didn't think it was worth it because we already had one, but maybe? About to be 9. Rough. Combat sim is really good? Oh. Well, shucks. I should work on that. Ah! Gosh darn it. Ugh. Anything else that we want to talk about? Make sure to talk about before we go. I know I said I was going to talk about more stuff. There is certainly some stuff to talk about. If we want some advice, if you have any questions or advice or whatever, make sure to post it in the comments below. This is an absurd amount of crash. Again, I am pushing my computer things to the limit because I'm also streaming this window. But yeah, I might need to pull it back and retool this to see whether or not I can make it a bit more stable. I'm just glad I got it to work at all, personally. Oh, it saved who I am. That's neat. Combat simulator. Oh, this is different. So I can just put like Ameline in here and Midular. Oh, this is cool. So there's like no death. There's no components required. This is good. Oh, yeah. So this, in 2 hours, they're going to lose half their stamina, but they'll earn some of it back. And for 4,000 ISK, they'll both get to level 19. This is good. That's cool. And of course, when I level it up, it's going to make it even better. Let's kill some pirates. I'm nervous about that. Let's just go ahead and do the easy battle. I need more components. Server 20, Grillante is full. I would just wait like keep an eye on the screen, and it might change. I know that like even when I first tried to join, there was 2 of them that were full, and then like after 5 minutes they were open again. Once you get into the server, make sure to come to the Discord because we might need to kick some people out of the fleet or out of the corp in order to get other people in. Yeah, this game purges aggressively. Oh, look. So I got 9,000 ice, 2 megasite, which is used for manufacturing later on, and then an implant, and a filler reel. Filler reel. Wheel. And then you can evolve implants by merging it with another one of the same type. Or at least the same category. I don't actually know what the rule is by which ones can merge into which. I will also... So I have another question for you guys. Which pilot do you think should be added to the game that is not in the game yet? My current one is Ronin from Rodin Shipyards, but there's a couple of other good options. I want to know who you'd like to see. The broker. Yes. You want the broker. I get it. Ron Kovic is not in the game, no. Neither is Fatal, or... In fact, none of the pirate lords are in the game at all. A couple of the henchmen officers are. I also, by the way, don't let me leave you guys without saying that I do have some interesting tinfoil. I've got a that's not just a theory, a game theory about Eve Galaxy Conquest. You know, in the same vein of like game theory, where it's like, well, maybe not intended to be true, but like, let's look at the mechanics and what it is. And my theory is that part of what happened in this version of events is something catastrophic occurred to the to Jovian technology. Because if you notice, there are no Jovian pilots, even though there are Jovian heroes, even from the stories that are in these, like there's no Venal, for example. There is no, while there are capsuleers, there is no discussion of capsules or capsuleers in the modern day. And even in the tutorial at one point, the Paladin Warrior says that you do not have, there are no eternal allies, only eternal objectives or something like that. There's implication that capsuleers as we know them today no longer exist. And that's part of, like, I think that something happened where the pirates undermined capsuleers, and that's what allowed them to take down the empires, because the empires had increasingly over time relied on the Empyreans to do their dirty work to deal with the pirates, right? The DED and bounties and all that stuff. Imagine if all of the capsuleers suddenly vanished one day, right? The pirates would be way stronger than they were before. The other thing that's worth noting is that, like, if you look, so Sync Liaison, Forge, Devoid, like Sync Liaison, Derelict, Conid, all these are low security now. Right now they're high security, with Forge being the critical space that's null security. So it's kind of inverted, right? Where low security is now high security is now low and null. But here's the thing about this. On this map, there's no nullsec. Nullsec's gone. Nullsec's completely gone in this map. They didn't flee to the edges of nullsec. They fleed to the edges of Empire space. So what happened to all of nullsec and the capsuleers that live there? That's my question. That's my question. What catastrophic thing led to this power struggle? Maybe the other infiltrated the Capsuleer network and the pirate took advantage? Exactly. Like, there could be like some sort of crazy worm virus by the other, but they haven't talked anything too much about it yet. I think that there's definitely a possibility for this. I want to piece these things together. That's what I'm working on. All right, what are you up to? You done? Are you done? You're almost done. Would be cool if they grow the map over time, bigger servers as the outer edge grows. Yeah. Like, I will say that one of the ways that they expand things is by releasing new servers, which creates new fronts for people to go on. Because, like, obviously this server, you know, servers quickly become established. Whales take over and gain power. Well, there needs to be new places for new whales to... Oh, why are you retreating now? No! You weren't supposed to leave. God damn it. I'm still sending you out to exterminate these guys. Whatever. It's fine. Actually, you know what? Wait, that's 18th. Wait, hold on. This is what? Yeah, this is only 18,000 power. Okay, well, never mind. I'm just going to send Santa Mona then. There's more Garistas, level 6. What's the difficulty of developing something to level 7? 158,000 health plus times 2. Okay. I'm actually pretty close to being able to fight those. This is the server on Zarzak, and the players are captured infomorphs. The Deathless is analyzing how the Empire... I love that idea. That this is how the Arkhambines spend their time. Send 2 fleets. Yeah, fine. We'll try it. I don't like that strategy, but I get it. A lot of people do it. Gardener bot, new nav assistance, warming, gridlet. Okay. I don't even know what that means. Thanks, Trans, for doing stuff. Trans and Malik have really been kicking ass. They're the reason why we've been as on top of things as we have been. It's why we are keeping up more or less with like a well-established group. No problem. Yeah. No, that's... Okay, you're right. Just like with 5s or 6s, there's 2 fleets that you have to beat both of them. But if you send 2 of your own fleets, the first fleet can soften it up and the second fleet, like, kill them. All right, let's... What? I thought I had more components than that. Never mind. Oh, and I can't do 2 fleets to develop a site. You can only take a site with that, right? Let's try it. Did I win? Yeah, I won, right? You won. Of course you won. That's assault. Intercept. This is my interceptor. Am I only going to get 714 more? Ah! I wasted so much components trying to capture first level 6 grid by sending 2 fleets last time I played. I'm fine just using one massive fleet. I agree with that. Two fleets help with level 8 grids? Yeah, I bet it does. Alright, so what I'm gonna do... is... we've got 50 seconds left before this it finishes, so let's just hold off. Level 13, so if I got level 23, I keep on being tempted to pick up the 10 level thing. What is this? Oh, this is the time-limited recruitments. This is the non-time-limited recruitments, of course. Oh, I have definitely enough power. Hold on, let's... Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy, right? I'm going to replace him with someone who's just, like, really crap. So, hold on, what type of commander do I need? I need an assault commander. What is my worst assault commander that I have readily available? Morta. Cool. So when I assign her, it's going to say... Oh, it was 100%, and it was components. Now it's 80%, and it's the garbage to make components. It sucks not being a new person anymore. I was going to downgrade one of my fleets so I could use those components in the other fleet. Removes debuffs from your wing and repairs them. Cool. Yeah. By then, it's going to be one of those things that's kind of in the background, you know? Level 6 Guristas pilots. I don't want to go after them. Yeah, go for it. Bayamar! Yeah. This game is actually pretty fast-paced, man. Oh no. Dopamine, I'm sorry. I took your fight. Or maybe I didn't? Where's he going? I don't think I took his fight. Oh no, he's going after this one. That's fine. Man, if they allowed us to buy components for cash, I'd be in so much trouble. There's no way to buy components. All right, let's just send... Actually, let's just find a better level 7. Let's just do that. Let's find a level 7 that she can fight. Easier. So we want level 7. Level 7 gas would be cool. Recommended encirclement, or defense rather. Level 7 alloy. I already have quite a bit of alloy. There's a level 7 gas right there. This game is surprisingly anti-pay to win. I mean, yes, on the one hand, that is actually correct. On the other hand, it also is early days. They start out very kind. We already... Just the level 7 ice I've already... Nope. I'm sure in about 3 or 4 years it'll look a lot different. We can just enjoy it while we can. My God. We made another corp way mad earlier because they were assaulting a thing, but they were having troubles assaulting it, so we came in and swooped in and sniped it right at the last second. So we got credit. They were like, oh, why did you do that when you've got so much more than us? I was like, because we're playing Eve. What are you doing? What are you talking about? The only thing I could say is in chat was like, hey, we're recruiting, by the way. Anybody want to hop ship over to our team? Really? Stop it. Sure. Let's do that. This one, right? That's this one. Nope. Wait, what? That's her. She doesn't have enough. What about this money? Hey, perfect. Money, 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 money. Money. Let's go. Let's take my first level 7. My heart sank when my siege fleet hit it and it dropped to 80. I'll give you a hint. It was my siege. It was actually her. Right here. Emma. She did the final blow. It was awesome. We were watching everybody else's timers and our timers, and it was like, it was actually Cody, who's like the believer. I didn't want to believe it. All right. An impossible battle. Whatever. We're gonna send with insufficient fleets. This says recommended power 166. I've got 186. Whatever. I guess you guys get to watch me lose all of my components. Let's do this. Right, it does say recommended fleet times 2. I'm gonna get a second fleet in there. Yeah. Oh. Do I just hit capture and do it? Alt. There we go. Let's see if it works. Come on. Oh! Oh! Shit! Fuck your couch! Yes. Hi, puppy. I should really stop swearing on stream, but I mean, I said stuff earlier. Like, comment, subscribe. Alright. Alt. Firm. Go home. Banned. All right, well, let's go ahead and capture this. It's going to be 1 minute left, and then we'll probably wrap things up for the day. We'll be back, I think, tomorrow. We might do some Yeet exploration. We might do some more Eve Galaxy Conquest. Let me know, actually, what it is that we should do tomorrow, if anything. Do you want me to do more Eve Galaxy Conquest? I think this is a really good game. I think about making some like little guides. Because there's so much people like that are just like, this is trash, that nobody's actually talking about how to do it well, how to play the game, and it's kind of fun. I like it. I really like it. I like the EVE universe though. Like, I'm such a nerd about this stuff. So this thing's got me hooked so hard. It's got me hooked so hard. Cannot stress enough how much CCP has not paid me anything to say any of this. I haven't even spoken with CCP about much of this, besides giving them some feedback in the Discord. Here we go. I get 1,000, almost 700 influence from that, and 400 more resources. I paid them exactly. So help me recoup my losses by becoming a member today, or you know, donating in some way, or just, you know, sharing my videos, liking them, following the stream. It's all good, and I appreciate every single one of you. But I've been Ashrothi. I've been playing the other game, the one that this is based off of, since 2010, talking about it since 2012, and I'm here to put Eve into context for you, my fellow Empyreans, regardless of whether or not it is Eve, Galaxy Conquest, or Eve Online. That said, thank you guys for coming. It has been a blast. Thank you for your patience. If you're wanting more Eve Online and not Eve Galaxy Conquest, if you're still here, I appreciate you so much. Let me know down below in the comments, have I convinced you that this might be a game worth checking out? Otherwise, you know, just let me know. I don't know. What feature is missing in Revenant? Because there's still so much that we don't know about Revenant, I feel. But until next time, I've been Ashrothi, the voice of New Eden, and I'll see you in space. Like the stream for the giddies and the kitty and the puppy. I have too many pets. And there's merch, etc., etc. Bye.
Bring on the wrecking machine. For every city